Aid Bank to apprise members of the diaspora on local investment opportunities. The government of Chile assists Dominica in flood recovery efforts, and Calypsonians select singing positions for the 2014 Calypso Finals. Thank you for joining us for another edition of National Focus. I'm Pearl Fontaine.
And I'm Kimani. Stay with us for details of the headline stories and others right after this.
Dominica is blessed with an abundance of water, but getting it to your home is an expensive venture. You have a responsibility to conserve water, to use it wisely. Remember the old adage, you never miss the water till the well runs dry. Think water, think life.
Welcome back. On Friday, the Aid Bank, Dominica's Development Bank for Agriculture and Industry, will bring members of the diaspora together with the hope of stimulating economic development through their investments. Not merely a forum to talk and listen, the event, named Help Here From There, will tackle the subjects of the available opportunities for investment, the bank's position to make those investments possible, and government's diaspora policy. This in addition to an overview of one investor's experience in making his dream come true. The nation's Prime Minister and Minister for Finance, Honorable Roosevelt Skerrit, will address the forum, as well as Minister for Employment, Trade, Industry and Diaspora Affairs, Honorable Dr. Colin McIntyre. At a press briefing on Wednesday at the Aid Bank, the bank's General Manager, Julius Corbett, explained what the central message will be come Friday, February 28th.
On Friday, we'll impress upon them that they are enabling, that there has been an enabling environment that's created here in Dominica over the past few years. There's a diaspora policy. In fact, I was one of the folks from an organization that helped put that diaspora policy paper in place. So there is one in place. So we must now impress upon them that there is an enabling environment that has been created so the diasporans can come back home. And not only come back home, feel welcome. And I'll be out there showcasing what it is to be back home, because I am excited of being back in Dominica. There's nothing can be more exciting to be back home, diaspora, being back home, making a worthy contribution to economic growth and development.
Dr. Emmeline Harris Collymore is the bank's Executive Manager of Corporate Affairs. She says the Help Here From There forum is the bank's aggressive approach toward economic development through partnership.
We cannot just simply wait on persons to approach us. So we have decided to take a more aggressive approach and to have this forum to inform the diaspora the kinds of services that we have and the fact, all the various methodologies in which we could engage them to assist Dominica in its development.
With all the opportunities for Dominicans abroad to contribute to nation building, the Aid Bank says it is well positioned to efficiently manage those investments based on its portfolio.
We take greater risks than other banks. We provide technical support for various businesses, and so we're not going to leave them in the open. We're going to draw certain things to their attention. We're going to be there to provide financing. We're going to share with them the new initiatives that we have. We are going to provide the technical support that they tell us they need, as best as we can.
The bank is also reviewing its policies to make processes easier and more expansive to allow for varying avenues of local investment. 9 development partners, including the Dominica Youth Business Trust and the Portsmouth Secondary Schools Junior Achievement Club, have come on board with the Aid Bank to showcase tangible evidence of investment opportunities. The forum is slotted for the Fortune Hotel from 10 a.m. until 2 p.m. and all diaspora members are invited.
In more news, the government of Chile has made a contribution of 10,000 US dollars to the government of Dominica towards its flood recovery efforts. Last December, the south of the island was significantly affected by a Christmas Eve trough system, which resulted in damages amounting to $45 million. New Chilean ambassador to Dominica, His Excellency Eduardo Bonilla, formalized the aid agreement with Minister of State in the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, Honorable Alvin Bernard, during a brief ceremony at the Ministry of Finance's conference room on Wednesday.
The government of Chile, led by the President Piñera, wishes to express his solidarity to the people and government of Dominica by donating US 10,000 towards the damage and loss of life caused by the torrential rains and floods in December 2013. This collaboration will take effect in the forthcoming days by way of a money transfer that the government of Chile will make to a Caribbean Disaster Emergency Management Agency, who will deposit same to the organization responsible for handling natural disaster for your country.
The Chilean ambassador to Dominica is hoping that the funds will assist Dominica in areas most needed.
We are aware that this amount will not solve the enormous damage done to your national economy. However, the government and peoples of Chile wish to express their solidarity at this time, in the hope that this will, in some small measure, be of assistance in your efforts.
Dominica's Minister of State in the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, Honorable Alvin Bernard, accepted the gift on behalf of the government of Dominica, describing the contribution as timely.
Contributions such as these, along with other support from friendly agencies in friendly countries, help us to provide a breathing space while we are able to continue putting our development programs in place. Had it not been for gestures such as these, the government of Dominica would have had to divert significantly more resources towards the response of the affected areas and the persons involved.
The government of Dominica and the government of Chile formally established diplomatic relations in 1991. Since then, the both countries have collaborated in a number of areas, including agriculture. Meanwhile, Dominican citizens holding official and diplomatic passports wishing to travel to Chile will not be required to have a visa to enter that country. This is the result of a visa waiver agreement which was signed between the Commonwealth of Dominica and the Chilean government on Wednesday.
In more news, the 9 Calypso finalists in this year's Calypso Monarch competition, along with King Dice on Tuesday, selected the order in which they will perform on Saturday night. The Calypsonians each selected a Heineken package bearing their performing number. The exercise was done at the Calypso House in the presence of officials of the Dominica Calypso Association and sponsors of the event. Singing at number 1 will be veteran Calypsonian Hunter, followed by newcomer to the Calypso finals, Wave. Leona will sing at number 3, King Dice at number 4, Bob at 5, Benno 6, Black Diamond at 7, Buple at 8, Picky at number 9, and finally, Webb at number 10. Vice President of the Dominica Calypso Association, Arthur Bassi Pascal, urged the finalists to go out there, have fun, and give their best.
Without you, there will be no show. So I say go out there and have fun and give it your best, and may the best man or woman win.
Manager of headline sponsor Lime Dominica, Jeffrey Baptiste, commended the finalists. He is looking forward to a show of a very high standard come Saturday.
As you go through into the different stages of the competition, as you progress forward, we expect to see a better show. So we certainly are coming as patrons to Carnival City on Saturday to see the best Calypso performance for the 2014 season. The Calypso performance should be a lot better than what we saw in the semifinals, and it should certainly be several times better than what we saw in the quarterfinals, because you're going to be on the big stage.
Sales and Marketing Manager of Josephine Gabriel, Genevieve Bully, also called on the finalists to give their best. She said her company is delighted to once again partner in the successful staging of this year's Calypso Finals. She urged patrons to drink responsibly during the carnival festivities.
As Dominicans, we are very passionate about Calypso, an integral part of Dominica's culture. And over the past 10 years, Josephine Gabriel and Company Limited, Heineken and Coca-Cola have partnered with the Dominica Calypso Association in the staging of the Calypso shows. This year, once again, we continue to work towards the success of the art form and are proud to be a sponsor of the Dominica Calypso Association's Calypso season. We expect all the Calypsonians to perform at their best on Saturday night and wish them all well. Let me take this opportunity to emphasize responsible drinking during the season. Drink Heineken responsibly, and to the Dominica Calypso Association, we salute.
The Calypso Finals competition will take place on Saturday, March 1st at the Windsor Park Sports Stadium from 8:30 p.m.
National Sports Coordinator Trevor Shillingford has revealed to GIS News that the sports division is quite optimistic about the future of sports in schools. A large part of that optimism comes from the division's system of making sports a part of the curriculum for both primary and secondary schools. Shillingford says in primary schools, local sports professionals are contracted to manage physical education slots. He says at this time, 85% of all primary schools are covered and the authorities are actively working at 100% coverage.
At this moment, 85% of our primary schools are covered by this program, where the youth sports officers who are contracted by the government of Dominica to provide the PE services at our primary school would visit the schools weekly. They would provide the PE services from grades 1 to 6, and also they would have organized after-schools program. We are at 85%, and we believe if we are to cover 100%, that is all the primary schools on island as part of the program, then we would need the services of 2 additional officers, and the commitment is already in place to provide these 2 additional officers, and hopefully we should see that in the next academic year that we will be at 100% coverage in terms of PE or physical education at our primary school.
This method used in Dominica's school system is reportedly very effective, so much so that it is being considered as a regional model.
I could refer to a report that was submitted by a regional entity, that is the Caribbean Sports and Development Agency out of Trinidad, which is really the lead agency in terms of physical education in our region. And one of the reports that they submitted they did indicate in that report that they believe that the model that we are utilizing at our primary school should be used, or the program that we are implementing at our primary school, that should be used as a model for the rest of the region. So I think if we are to judge based on this report that was submitted by the CSD, as Caribbean Sports and Development Agency, I believe that we can consider ourselves to be at the very top in terms of the programs that we are implementing at the schools level.
From the 7 disciplines to which students are exposed, Shillingford noted 2 at which students repeatedly excel.
We have been seeing recently an that track and field, in terms of regional performances, we have been seeing that our students seem to be making some headway regionally in the sport of track and field. We can speak of the performances that we had from persons such as Luan Gabriel and Shani Angol. Our students seem to be doing well in the sport of track and field. Cricket at the under 13 and the under 15 level, we continue to dominate. Our under 15 cricketers last year won the Windward Islands under 15 tournament. And the under 13 cricketers continue to perform well at the regional under 13 competition. We are second to Barbados. We are trying our best to ensure that we probably can get to the stage where we can topple Barbados. But for now, we are second only to Barbados. And I think that is a good sign for us.
The National Sports Coordinator said further that based on the level of participation by both primary, secondary and state college students in trainings and competitions, that method of promoting healthy physical activity in schools is welcomed by students.
We continue to see increased participation in all the sporting disciplines. If we take, for instance, in the sport of football, we moved from a situation where about 6 years ago, where we had about 6 primary schools participating in football. Today, we have, as a present football championship at the primary school, we have 53 primary schools participating. We also continue to see increased participation in the sport of netball. At the last primary school's netball that we did, championship that we did during the last academic year, we had 48 primary schools participating. And we continue to realize that level of increased participation, even in the sport of basketball, where we do the mini basketball at the primary schools. We are also seeing an increase in participation. We are seeing some level of improvements. We are satisfied that the product that we are providing, the product that we are producing, it's really taking shape. We are satisfied that the players are showing some level of improvement in their play, and we think that if the national associations would really put the necessary programs in place to capture these players that are graduating from the school's program, I think that we should see some level of or major improvement in our sports in the next few years.
All of this, the National Sports Coordinator says, contributes to the optimism of the sports division.
The future is bright. Future is bright at our primary sports at the primary schools. As I said, we continue to see improved participation, and I believe that the commitment is there from the government to continue assisting with the provision of the youth sports officers, as I said, who are contracted by the state to provide the PE programs at the primary school. PE, we know, is the foundation for sports, and if we have a strong foundation in PE, then we should have a proper sports program. And the government, having realized this, is really investing in the physical education programs at the primary schools. If we are to judge on this, we can see clearly that there should be a bright future for sports at our schools.
All necessary equipment for these sporting activities is provided to schools. The school sporting program is largely financed by government.
And that's it for the English segment of National Focus. McPherson St. Luce is next with the Creole highlights.
Allô tout le monde, bienvenue à ces nouvelles en créole. Non, moi, c'est McPherson St. Luce. Premièrement, projet de l'eau West Coast pays à continuer. Projet ça qui est financé par European Union et puis gouvernement, qui a bâti en 3 phases. Edward Regis, c'est officier relations publiques pour compagnie de Wasco.
C'est un projet qui nous mettait ensemble pour nous ça pour tuer global mon hot bawi pour capuchin. Et ben ça même c'est détection c'est plus grand projet qui Damasco j'ai fait. Il a coûté 30 millions de dollars. Avec gouvernement Dominique qui a mis l'argent, avec pays Europe aussi qui a mis Union pays Europe aussi qui a mis l'argent pour ça. Avec projet ça même, nous avons divisé en 3 différentes phases. Une de ces phases-là, c'était pour nous allier pipe hot Bawi pour arriver à Capuchine. Ça même j'ai fait, ça a fait complètement. Avec nous aussi, c'était une autre phase dans notre bâti en facilité pour nous ça nettoyer l'eau avec la filtration. Avec aussi pour lier pipe aussi en village Koulibistri avec un picade. Nous avons venu en finissement fait ça. Nous avons presque fini ça, nous avons pour faire un picade. Avec nous aussi presque fini ça, nous avons pour faire un Koulibistri.
Régis aussi mentionné une autre phase projet là.
L'autre phase, la 3e phase là, à ce projet ça, c'est pour nous bâtir 9 dames, 9 différents storage tanks à différentes communautés. Avec nous avons commencé ça parce que grand savane en Bawi, nous avons mis un annoncement dehors pour une proposition, tenda pour faire projet ça. Et ça c'est 9 dames là qui nous supposé bâtir. Avec ça même face ça qui a commencé là nous commencer comme ça nous mettons annoncement de monde qui savent yoni talent pour ça bâti dame yo ça voyer proposition yo Damasco yo ça tenda avec si vous avez besoin d'autres informations sur ça yo ça qui est nous en Damasco et demandez nous pour plus d'informations comment yo ça fait tenda comme ça c'est projet West Coast Water Supply Project, un gros projet même, là qui est fini, qui est un projet qui est augmenté avec le système global, c'est mon hot Bawi pour Capuchine.
En autre nouvelle, mon Kaiso fait sélection numéro yo qui chanté pour compétition Kaiso samedi. Exercice ça là prend place en l'occasion Kaiso mardi en présence membre association Kaiso Dominique et puis ses sponsors là. Wa Kaiso pour yonde l'année de Hunter qui chanté premier. Kavini a Prince Wave, Leona, Dice, Bob, Black Diamond, Bouple, Piki et puis Web, numéro 10. Vice-président de l'association Kaiso Afan Bassi Pascal, qui est assisté Calypsonians là pour aller de là et puis montrer talent à eux et puis toute habilité à eux. Et des sens Calypsonians là, il pas qu'un show qu'on s'appelle meilleur monde là qui gagne. Compagnie Limes headline sponsor show salam. Chef compagnie la Jeffrey Baptiste fait parole comme une compagnie qui a gardé devant pour un grand spectacle. D'autres monde qui livré parole c'était Genevieve Bully ou Josephine Gabriel and Company. Compétition là qui prend place en Stadium Windsor Park samedi qui à 8h au soir. En autre nouvelle, Dominica continue de recevoir assistance pour mitigation mauvais désastre qui bien affecté le pays l'année passée. En aujourd'hui encore, pays Chili fait donation l'argent et faut salam. Ambassadeur Chili pour Dominique, His Excellency Eduardo Bonilla, présenté ministère de l'État, Honorable Senator Alvin Bernard, $10,000 US.
Tout pays nous ni relation avec yo quand vini où nous pour problème ça là. Aujourd'hui Chili vini yo fait un petit gesture pour aider nous. Il pas autant l'argent mais il can contribute, il can want ada lady paya là qui ni toute d'autres assistance pour aider nous adresser problème mauvais temps qui fait l'autre jour. Avec le gouvernement Dominique continue le programme de développement. Puis si pas pour ça, nous devons pour l'argent, nous mettre en agriculture, éducation, caille, santé, chimie, tout ces qualités de travail ça, nous devons pour l'argent, c'est travail ça là pour ranger le problème ça. So, comme ça, ça chez les faits aujourd'hui quand on est nous autant.
Messieurs et mesdames, ça c'est tout pour nouvelle en créole pour à présent. Moi c'est McPherson Luce. Au revoir.
Learn how to harness the benefits of laughter next in your tip of the day.
Together we build, together we strive. We see it all on your Government Information Service, Channel 7. This is the Government Information Service, bringing you all that you need to know about all that's happening in your country's development. GIS, you and your channel.
Humor is infectious. The sound of roaring laughter is far more contagious than any cough, sniffle, or sneeze. When laughter is shared, it binds people together and increases happiness and intimacy. Laughter relaxes the whole body. A good hearty laugh relieves physical tension and stress, leaving your muscles relaxed for up to 45 minutes after. Laughter boosts the immune system. It decreases stress hormones and increases immune cells and infection-fighting antibodies, thus improving your resistance to disease.
Laughter triggers the release of endorphins, the body's natural feel-good chemicals. Endorphins promote an overall sense of well-being and can even temporarily relieve pain. And lastly, but most importantly, laughter protects the heart. Laughter improves the function of blood vessels and increases blood flow, which can help protect you against a heart attack and other cardiovascular problems. So ensure that you get just the right dosage of laughter every day.
And that's all for this edition of National Focus. We always welcome your suggestions and comments. Drop us an email at gis@dominica.gov.dm or visit our website at news.gov.dm.
Friend us on our Facebook page and be sure to like our GIS Dominica fan page. You can also catch up on past National Focus newscasts on our GIS Dominica YouTube channel.
On behalf of the entire news production team, I'm Fontaine.
And I'm Kimani. Thanks for watching.